lost 4 of your MEPs today. They've encouraged all Brexit Party supporters and voters to follow their lead and vote Conservative. Now, your reaction to this, I thought, was a bit petulant and mean-spirited.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What was it?
Well, your reaction was to accuse them of being closet Tories, friends with Boris Johnson, whereas wouldn't it have been better to be magnanimous?
No. What I said was, one was the sister of a cabinet minister, another's boyfriend worked for the same cabinet minister. Oh, right. So
you think Jacob Rees-Mogg tells his sister what to think and do?
No. Look, these people, I put a coalition together earlier this year. It was February, and I could see that Brexit was stuck in the weeds. I saw 500,000 people marching in London for a second referendum. I could even feel it here in the studio, that momentum for a second referendum was building. I thought Brexit was dead. I built a coalition of Labour supporters and Tory supporters, and I put the Brexit Party together in no time at all, and we stormed to success. We got rid of Theresa May. We reset the agenda, and I think the truth of it is that some of the people were Conservatives, had always been Conservatives, who just didn't like Mrs May very much. So a change of leadership, a general election, and they're going back to where they came from if they ever left, which is perhaps not surprising.
What do you mean if they ever left? Are you accusing them of being agents?
No, I just think, in a way, they had been Conservatives all their lives. And in fact, to be honest, they did tell me, if it came to a general...
But you were a Conservative as well at one point.
30 years ago.
Yes, I know.
30 years ago, not last Tuesday.
Fair enough, but surely you of all people should understand that.
I feel, and they all said to me they wouldn't stand in a general election, and I understood that as well. But, I put a coalition together at the time to try and get this thing back on track, and it worked. And that's all that really matters. Now, look, all I will say is this, though, that they are utterly flawed. I mean, completely flawed in saying that a vote for the Brexit Party will split the vote and let Labour in. It is completely the other way round. We saw this back in 2015 when everybody said, oh, don't vote for UKIP and that dreadful Farage bloke, it'll let Labour in. Of course, what did it do? It hurt Labour. I mean, the Conservatives wouldn't have got a majority without the number of marginal seats that the Tories took. They thought they couldn't, and it's the same this time. So where we are this time is, number one, I did get Boris Johnson to move the narrative onto, we're going to go for a Canada-style free trade deal, we're not going to have regulatory and political alignment, and that meant that I withdrew from 317 seats. I would estimate at least 24 of those would have gone Lib Dem if we'd stood. So, I've already, far from risking Brexit, done my utmost to save Brexit in whatever form and stop a second referendum. But here's the key. Here's the absolute key to what's going on here. In the north of England particularly, the Brexit Party is ripping the old Labour vote to bits.